and welcome back to our final season of Ionized Basterds. I'm your GM, Michael. These are your boys, your players. You all know who they are. Took a little bit of time off between the last episode and now, but now we're back. And
little mid-season hiatus.
Yeah, and we're gonna still have some more scheduling issues with Celebration and Andor on the horizon. So follow me on Blue Sky, ARS Michael. For
y'all, we're cooked. Like, we got Celebration, we got WrestleMania, we got Andor, we got Doctor Who, we got the new season of Hacks. Daredevil's wrapping up. Well, Daredevil's only one more week, but at the time of this recording, but like it's just so loaded. Right, we got Tales coming back on May 4th. Like, there's a ton of stuff.
And all these losers do shows talking about that stuff, so they'll be busy.
I do a show that talks about eggs. Thank you very much.
That's true.
I will say it makes me happy that we did the first season in the middle of Andor, and that
oh my god, we did.
Yeah, and it makes me happy that Andor is coming back just in time for us to say goodbye to that show and this show all at once.
Well, some say we're better than Andor.
I would too.
I wouldn't go that far, but as Jared alluded to, the last episode was kind of the unofficial mid-season. Obviously, we don't know how many episodes exactly we have left, but we are gearing up for the end game here. So, very excited for what's to come. So let's all hold hands as best as we can and ascend into the game. So, when last we left, Jerry ascended too far. No.
Jerry, you need uppies.
No. I need to hold on. Yeah. You wish. Yeah.
Deuces loves uppies.
I'm like an inch taller than you.
Michael and Jared could carry us in baby carriers on their chests.
Jared has carried me.
I have.
So, when last we left off, the Ionized Basterds raced to find Prepoke, Alden's, or rather Thawbor's little buddy, who had been tipped off by Salvage that Thawbor was the reason that Prepoke's parents were dead. Thawbor explained to the group that it was all part of criminal potential negligence, potential just wrong place, wrong time, that they suffered from the consequences of his criminal deeds back in the day. He has taken care of Prepoke ever since. You guys raced to find Prepoke in the lower levels of Coruscant. Managed to find him getting passage on board a ship. Hi, buddies. And managed to talk him down from the emotional heights he was in. He did say that he wasn't sure if he was going to be okay with Thawbor and that he would need time to think it over, but that he would stay with the New Republic for now and remain safe and sound. You guys then regrouped in the Bastard with Halex and prepared to head to Aldhani, the last known location of Goru Sarmin, the cyborg Gungan who currently is in possession of the Doxos Revenge. And on the way there, Halex and Fabian had a little bit of a heart-to-heart where they talked about the idea of redemption and being able to have a second chance, during which Halex kissed Fabian and then followed him back to his room for a good time that evening. And that is
in the and be like, yeah, kissed it. He kissed it.
In the immortal words of Jey Uso, yeet.
I'm not even gonna dignify that.
I gotta go. Honestly,
thanks.
Fabian went into cardiac arrest having sex with Alex Lightful and died.
Yeah, he would.
Fabian Martel died.
And then the other characters died of cringe shortly thereafter. Secondhand, airborne cringe,
airborne pathogens. Yeah.
So, you guys have gone to bed for the evening, some later than others.
And
Thawbor had to shower. I thought you referred to Thawbor because I had to take a nice long shower.
Yeah, of course.
Very much so. Not the 2-minute man over here.
And by the way, it was very loud in the room over. You were able to hear what was happening.
Can I roll for that? Can I roll for
Jesus,
how bad?
there's a child on the ship. For God's sakes.
Can I roll for how loud it was?
I didn't say it was intentional, Jerry. He didn't have a choice.
Roll 20 for minutes.
40 like
20 for how long?
I need a glass of water.
If you want to roll to see how well, roll a stealth check to see how
Babe and I threw
discreet
up.
you could be. At disadvantage.
I want everybody to know I am more stressed about this role than I was making death saving throws last season.
We should have let you die then. Your priorities are out of whack.
How's a 15 do for me?
Thalbor and 40 roll perception checks.
All right. Let's see here.
This is how we're starting this session.
So is there going to be a gradient here? Like if they like slightly beat it, they think they're like, is he having sex? And like a nat 20 is like they heard the whole thing.
We'll see.
Which one's a perception check? I'm sorry.
You'll have a little modifier next to perception on your character.
Oh,
sheet.
sorry,
You roll
17.
a d20.
17. I get +2 to stealth. Sorry.
Oh, this bitch. This guy.
Lost my perception. Anyway.
It should be your wisdom, and I believe you're proficient in it. Let me see if I have your character sheet still somewhere.
Ah, there it is. There it is. Oh no, yeah, -2.
Well, give it a shot anyway.
I got a 12.
Yes.
5.
Okay. I guess everyone had gone to sleep at that point. So
No. That's not what I wanted, though. Make him roll athletics. I want length. Duration.
we're not doing that on this show. I'm sorry. We're not rolling to see how long Fabian lasts. And
Gives a fuck about stealth. I don't give a shit about hearing him. I don't care about that.
Tell you what, we'll save that for the Patreon. How about that?
Jesus. Yeah, donate a few dollars to hear if the fucking formerly celibate monk can go.
Let me tell you, he has not been celibate the last few years.
No.
Or decades, really.
That's true.
So 40. Whilst everyone else is having a supposedly peaceful slumber, you're recharging and you're just kind of chilling in your quarters on the Bastard. It's very clean in there. And your comlink goes off, and Zuso is calling you.
Okay. Hello, Zuzo, old friend. What can I help you with?
Hey, 40, just checking in on you, sir. I know you guys are going to grab Goru. Just checking in to see what the plan was on that.
I think the plan is that there is a concept of a plan.
Well, I know it's probably going to get complicated. Goru is complicated himself. But you still remember what we talked about, right? That he needed to go?
Yes, I remember. I don't want to, but I will. For you, my friend.
Thank you. 40. He's the reason I can't go with you guys right now. And you can hear him like trying to find the words over the comm and like trying to suppress some level of emotions. It's not easy for me to ask this of you. Misa knows you don't want to do that, 40. But Yusa seen what he did to little animals like that Akle. Yusa know he's got a very deadly poison. Misa knows what he's capable of, what he has done, and that Misa gave him a second chance and he didn't change.
I understand. It is hard to calculate a world in which we leave him alive and he does no harm. I think that you are correct, friend Zuzo.
I don't want to be correct, but Misa usually right about a lot of things. Misa pretty smart. I don't know if you knew that. But anyway, I just wanted to check in on you and make sure you and I were on the same page about that. Misa getting closer, I think, to cracking this salvage stuff. So maybe soon I'll have something more tangible for you. So
Thank you, Zuzo. We would love to have something soon because I don't really know how much longer we're going to be able to. I don't know.
look, Misa hopped up on stims right now, working around the
Wait.
clock to do this. So
That is fair. Well, take
But
care,
you said-
friend Zuzo.
you said 240. May Fabian's force be with you. Is that what we say?
I do not believe in any higher power. I am a droid.
Cool. And he hangs up.
May the force and others be with you. The star.
And you're just kind of left to contemplate it. And you sit around because you don't really go to sleep per se. You like have a sleep mode, but there's no real sense in using it. It's just running through your mind the idea of because every time you've fought in this body, it's been in self-defense. It has been to protect either your friends or the people of Elia or the galaxy or yourself in a one-on-one fight. This is a straight up assassination you have been given. And this is weighing on your mind. And you find yourself in the wee hours of the morning. It's been several hours at this point. Going into like sort of the central common area of the ship. And you're sitting and you're calculating the possibilities in your mind of if you could let Goru go, if there's a situation where you could talk him out, if Thalbor could talk him out of it, or if Fabian could just like disarm him in a way that inhibits his ability to cause more harm. As you're contemplating these possibilities, Fabian's door opens and you see Halex coming out in her underwear and a tank top. As she like goes over and starts making herself a cup of calf, just looks over at you. Hey, kid.
Hello. We have pairs of pants if you need some. They're around, you know.
I mean, I'll get around to it. What are you doing up?
Fair enough. I do not sleep as I do not need to sleep. I just kind of recharge and hang out in the common area.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I've, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I am sorry for trying to kill you that one time. You seem like a nice droid, like weirdly nice for an assassin.
I originally was a companion droid, but my brain was put into the assassin droid body to protect me because my former master was afraid of losing me.
Now, when you say companion droid, do you mean a child companion droid or an adult companion droid?
I don't like the
child
implied
companion
like
droid.
orders.
That makes way more sense. Okay.
Yes. No, I honestly don't even have the programming to understand what you just asked me, frankly. But
wow. It really is weird talking to a droid that's childish like that. No offense. I don't mean that in an offensive way.
None taken. And you are forgiven. Just don't try it again because it's harder to stop myself from being very lethal these days.
All right.
Dude, I love how Halex fucking got to bust one time and now she's like asking personal questions, apologizing, like hilarious.
And then she's like,
people are so simple at the end of the day.
anyway, I've been meaning to ask what's your armory situation like?
There are weapons scattered around the entire ship. I mean, you could probably find them in the ceiling tiles, in the
No, I mean, I've
floors.
checked those places out. I just was wondering if there was any hiding places I wouldn't have thought to check.
Not that I know of. Fabian doesn't really allow me to play with a lot of the Jedi weapons, especially.
All right. And at this point, Thavor, you're getting up in the morning. You walk out and you see this image of Halex just like leaning up against the counter talking, and
Winnie the
Forty
Poohing it
yeah,
with a cup of calf.
yeah. And she just nods to you. Morning.
Oh, well, if we're finally breaking the must-have pants if you're on the crew rule, don't mind if I do. And Thavor just
I have never worn pants.
And Thavor drops drawers and goes to get Cat.
And at this moment, Fabian walks in.
Fabian like Ben Kenobi feeling Alderaan being destroyed. Like
Here are my undefined in both Legends and canon drawers, and I guess possibly a bulge. Who knows? Who knows? We literally do not know. There's no information on this. Imagine whatever Ithorian setup
We get
pleases
two
you.
mouths on the side, right? So maybe it's
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Oh,
there's like
Christ.
there's like a bulge on each.
Oh,
one.
maybe I get a quad like the Krogan in Mass Effect. I got 4
shit.
balls.
This is the worst episode we've ever recorded.
It's been pretty awful, honestly.
This is character.
Fabian comes out not realizing everybody else is awake, holding Halex's pants. like in
like
the most
folded over like all night.
yes, like in the most gentlemanly, hey, you left your clothes in my quarters kind of way, trying to be subtle, comes out holding her pants.
Everybody just gives him like a silent look.
In the pants he would wear into the field, and the like sleeveless like under suit to his armor.
Yeah.
It just kind of stops holding the pants and goes, "Good morning, everyone."
Hey, morning. You could throw those on the ground. We're not doing pants in the kitchen today. It's fine.
Good morning, Fabian. We do not wear pants.
And Fabian just kind of like looks at Halex and then looks at Thalbor and then looks at 40 and goes, "I guess we don't." And then walks over to the calf, still wearing his pants.
Yeah. And
Fabian makes a conscious choice to keep his pants on.
And Halex at this point takes her pants from you, slaps you on the ass, and walks back to her quarters.
So she's gone?
Yeah.
Thalbor turns and looks at Fabian with the Ithorian equivalent of the "you like Krabby Patties, don't use Squidward." Like the really like just like a.
That's all they are, isn't it? It's just like the eyes and stuff. Yeah.
You like Krabby Patties, don't use Squidward. Doesn't say anything. Just an adult to adult acknowledgement. We're not going to discuss this in front of the child.
Well, 40 says, Fabian, I think I would like a pair of pants.
We can get you some pants.
I want to try them.
Next time we're on Coruscant, we'll get you some pants.
I've never worn a pair of pants.
We'll get you pants. We'll get you a whole tunic, buddy. Next time we're on Coruscant. You remind me. We will take you best place, like top level of Coruscant, right down the street from the Senate Plaza. Yeah. You'll have that shit on, buddy.
That is incredible because no one's ever offered me clothes. They've only ever offered me like a poncho or like a cowl. That's
buddy,
it.
Anything you want. Anything you want. You know we will do everything in our power to make sure you have. All right?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Please don't touch the lightsabers.
I never do.
I know you don't. Unless I tell you, take a lightsaber, don't take a lightsaber.
Yes, Fabian. I will not take a lightsaber.
Okay. Thank you.
At this point, Halex comes back and she's fully dressed again.
Fabian's like putting on like the like plastoid top part and the coat in the quarters and putting on his glove over his robotic arm.
And she grabs like a little like protein bar and starts snacking on it and points at 40 and she goes, "Why not give him a lightsaber?" He's good with the staff.
He's good with the staff. It's just like it's the omnidirectional like edge element of a lightsaber that because his joints can move in 360 degrees, I'm just a little afraid he might like do some damage to himself just because he's not no droids are really calibrated to wield a weapon like that.
Why don't you teach him how to use it?
I'd love to. Okay, you know what, 4D? Here. Fabian takes his old Jedi lightsaber off of his belt and hands 4D the blue lightsaber and goes, "Turn that on, buddy."
I wish I had one right next to me. Here, hold on. Vroom, 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 vroom. 40 does like a whole 360 degree, like in that, like he sticks his wrist out and stuff real quick. So you guys have to kind of back up, I think.
Yeah, everybody goes.
Oh, I'm fully in the corner already.
Yeah.
And the calf, like the handle just got cut off of the calf container or something. You know,
Fabian kind of falls into his like Makashi stance and just like he did whenever he was like helping 4D with the electro staff, is like, "Come at me, buddy. I got you."
Okay. I guess he like, so we're gonna like do a little spar here. Okay. Okay.
You start teaching him a lot of the like Shicho basics and make sure he has a good handle on like the difference between a lightsaber and a normal melee weapon. Like you were talking about, the omnidirectional stuff, the fact that the blade does not have weight is a big factor that he has to like kind of learn. And you don't really have much time before you guys are coming up on Aldhani, but you do get like a nice like 30-minute little like here a rundown of the basics.
I'm gonna say it's like Luke on the Falcon.
And even Halex every once in a while is pointing out a couple things where they're not like major things because obviously she didn't use the weapon that much. But she's like, yeah, when I was fighting Fabian with it, the weight threw me off a lot because you have to put all your strength into the hilt of it, you know, and there's no weight to the blade. So you have to kind of get some leverage and be careful with how you use it.
And Fabian gets super sweaty as to why Makashi is low-key the best fighting style in all of the 7 forms because like the bottom weighted element of the blade lends itself to like finesse and footwork and fully, despite getting laid, continues to try to scare the hose.
Thobor contributes nothing in this conversation, but does chime in to say, you know, when I watch the Hollows, I really like it when the heroes hit the backwards grip. Everybody knows that the backwards grip is the coolest grip. What does it do? I don't know, but I love it.
So
like
for people who use
like very deftly, just like very quickly spins it around.
So the way that actually works, Thobor, it's funny you mentioned it. So for people who use Form 5 CN,
all right.
That's why the Nava computer starts flashing and you guys come up on Aldhani.
Thobor is just like, I'm gonna go pack my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get my bag ready for this little.
Put your pants back on.
No, well, you know, technically, I am a nature-based creature, and heading out into a luscious, grassy plain or mountain, as we are about to see, would actually be perfect for me to embrace a little breeze. But since I am, you know, never seen not fully dripped out, I will concede that I should put my pants on.
So as Thobor regains his pants, you guys head toward the coordinates that Kane has forwarded to you as the last known location of Goru Sarmin. You give me 2 seconds. My mom is calling me.
Mom cameo.
So you guys get the bastard down into the sacred valley of Aldhani. You guys, it's a very like foggy day out, very humid. There's a lot of moisture in the air as you guys get boots on the ground. Halex is alongside you, just with a single one of Fabian's like heavy blasters on her hip. Thobor, you have once again acquired your pants. And you guys are not far out from the
status pants.
You guys are not far out from the coordinates that Kane gave you. Kane is also on his way with the New Republic. They were a bit delayed as they were gathering a few more people, but you guys are first boots on the ground.
Naturally.
Yeah. And last you heard, Goru and a group of mods were here, but the group of mods has seemingly gone missing.
Not a good sign. Given everything. Gestures at the last 3 seasons of this show. Not a good sign.
And Halex kind of starts walking on ahead, and she's like, so I guess we're going to go scout out the whatever that area is and figure it out from there. See if we can find any trace of him.
I think so. Actually, I might actually be able to use this ability for the first time. Because I thought I knew what it meant, and then I didn't, and then I've just had it.
What ability we thinking about, buddies?
Could I use Sense Force?
Post-nut clarity?
Faven, I will now roll everything with advantage.
Much better joke than what I said. Much better.
That's like Baldur's Gate 3, whenever Astarion has happy because they got to drink somebody's blood.
Yeah.
Post-nut Jedi clarity. Jedi post-nut clarity. Sense Force, for those of you at home, for the duration, you sense the use of the Force or its presence in an inanimate object within 30 feet of you. If you sense the Force in this way, you can use your action to determine the direction from which it originates. And if it's in your line of sight, you see a faint aura around the person or object from which the Force emanates. I'm assuming since the Force is in all beings, I'd be able to sense where people were or are.
Get out of here.
It does have a range of 30 feet.
Are we there yet? Like, are we outside of the outpost that they were at?
No. You're maybe like half a mile out, but yeah, you're pretty close.
Oh, okay. I thought we were
there,
coming up on it. I thought we were coming up on it now. Okay, never mind.
Go nuts.
Once you walk a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So
let me know when we're in range so I can use Sense Force for the first time.
Yeah, you guys start your approach. If there's any conversations or little sideways you want to do, otherwise we can just get right to it.
I think so.
Yeah, let's hit the road.
We've already done the no pants thing in the kitchen. I think we're good to
hell yeah
continue.
So you guys, now that pants have been acquired, you guys are locked in, and you guys make it to presumably a little settlement. It is very foggy in this area, so it's not exactly easy to see. But if any of you want to go ahead and make a perception check, you can. And Fabian, did you want to go ahead and use Sense Force?
Could I use Sense Force and do a normal perception check, or are you going to make me pick?
Sure. If you want to start doing a perception and then see if you want to use Sense Force after that. So anyone who wants to roll perception can do so.
Perception. I got a 19.
Awesome.
I got a 5, so we're going to use the Force.
Okay.
8.
I don't think I have to roll for this, do
I? For Sense Force, I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
So,
and I'll just do it at the first level. I'm not burning extra first.
Yeah, I also don't think you can cast it at the third level thing yet. I don't think you have third level force powers yet. But anyway, I'll start with you, Fabian, first. You reach out with the Force, and you do ping something. And one of the buildings, maybe about 20, 25 feet from you, there's someone in there.
Okay.
And it's a strong presence in the Force. And Thalbor, you do hear someone in one of the buildings, it sounds like they're searching for something. Just opening shit, moving shit around.
So when you say strong presence in the Force, are you implying that they are themselves Force sensitive?
Potentially. It's the typical feeling you do have around a Force sensitive individual.
So we're standing next to each other, and Fabian's feeling this, and I'm hearing People talking?
You're not hearing people talking. You're hearing
Like
someone.
rummaging.
Yeah, you're hearing the rummaging from within that same building.
All right, so
And
thought we're just gonna whisper to Fabian, and I guess everybody can hear me whispering, right?
yeah,
Like, there is at least one person very hastily trying to find or catch something right over there.
I can feel them. They're strong with the force.
and
How
the
many
door
people
starts
do you
to
feel?
open, and stepping out from it is Bill Sheehy. If you would like to describe your character for us.
Holy fucking shit!
This is literally this is the biggest moment since Mando Luke. This is
Holy
the biggest Star Wars
fucking
reveal
shit.
since Mando Luke.
The fact that Bill had to sit through so fucking.
We literally did the most
What the
improv
fuck?
that we've done in a long time while Bill is sitting backstage.
Oh, man.
Guys, I didn't actually call my mom.
We did like sitcom bits.
I am his mom.
That was-
I am the mother.
That's so cool.
Oh my god.
Bill, if you would like to describe
I did
what
that
your
in front
character
of
looks
Bill.
like.
I'm so sorry, Bill. Oh my god.
It's all good. He's in an old raggedy Jedi robe that he got from his master that used to be his. So, my name is Tuck Solace. I'm from Lachennai, and you might have heard of my master.
So you emerge. You are human, correct?
Yes.
So you emerge, doff the hood as you are faced with a human man holding a lightsaber, a one-armed woman pointing a blaster at you, an Ithorian putting his hands up, and a heavily armed assassin droid with a smiley face drawn on.
Listen, I just got a drink in my hand. That's all I need right now.
All right. First of all, hi, hello. Would love to have a drink with you. We come in peace. Do not let the weapons fool you.
I feel a little attacked right now. The weapons are fully pointing at me.
All right, everybody, if you look aggressive or have killed people in the last week, please, weapons down.
Yeah,
I got to keep these weapons up.
Fabian kills his lightsaber and puts it on his belt and walks up to Tuck and goes to shake his hand and goes, Fabian Martel.
And Halex gives you a look of, are you fucking stupid? But still, like, puts the blaster away.
Tuck Solace. Good to meet you, Fabian.
Pleasure. Purge survivor?
Well, I come from a little planet called Lachennai. And a Jedi by the name of Quinlan Voss found me.
Oh!
And
I never actually met him, but he sounded cool.
He was working on something called the Path, the Hidden Path. And that's where he found me. My mama was trying to hide me because they were looking for me.
Fabian's stomach drops into his asshole.
Because you knew from your Inquisitor days there were
I knew that the
rumblings.
Path was a thing, and he's like, "Oh, the Path! They did great work." Visibly uncomfortable, Fabian Martel.
And I got to tell y'all, Quinlan protected me he trained me and protected me up to the very last minute of his life, but he has stayed with me, and he's still with me in many, many ways.
I understand that. I remember my master fondly and look fondly back on the time I spent serving in the Outer Rim with Master Mundi. What are you doing here? What are you on the hunt for?
I'm looking for some kind of scientist. Y'all ever heard of midichlorians?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Some
those?
kind of midichlorian scientist named Meridova. Now, I got word that they were kidnapped by some kind of Gungan, some kind of robot Gungan, maybe kind of a cyborg.
Yeah, we're on the hunt for the same cyborg Gungan. Goru Sarmin is the name. He has a package we've been on the hunt for some time here that we're trying to get out of his hands and hopefully apprehend him for the New Republic.
The Force works in mysterious ways.
Doesn't it?
Well, it just so happens that we are taking on new crew actively. Some of us are even shacking up with those new crew. That we can figure out at a later date. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Thalbor Sheems, Esquire. Be happy to defend you in what I'm sure is going to be a very tumultuous next couple of months for everybody involved, provided that we survive. This is 4D, our son.
Oh, wow.
40 sticks out his hand, grabs Tuck's hand, and squeezes it a little too tight, but not so tight that like it's painful, but you're gonna be okay and stuff. Vigorously shakes and goes, "Hello, I am 4D44, but my friends call me 40, and you are now a friend."
Now, 40, usually you have to pay extra for that, but it's very, very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate meeting you, Counselor.
And Halex speaks
I-
up. Name's Halex Sliefel, Master Assassin.
Cool.
Cool.
and you see there's a little bit of a like she's not really sure how she feels about someone responding cool to her like very like a title that carries a lot of weight in this part of the galaxy.
I love it. It's
Well,
nice to meet you.
Pleasure, as always. So what have you found inside of there so far? And can we follow you in?
Yeah, so you guys go back into the little building where it was. It does look like it was like pretty thoroughly ransacked. Probably not by this guy. It looks like it was probably a whole group of people that probably turned this place over. And it does look like most valuable things were taken, but there's a lot of like spare parts lying around. You can see like a little garage where there was like a whole workshop area. You get the sense this was probably the modding community here on Aldhani.
They just kind of trashed the place on their way out.
Now,
Or someone trashed the place trying to get them.
This is how I found it.
I believe it. Did you ever hear anything about any mods running with this cyborg Gungan?
And yes, Tuck. This was just his last known general location for the like dossier you found on this guy. Unbeknownst to you, there's been a whole shebang going on with this guy for the last 2 weeks. So,
real quick before we move on, what was the name of this midichlorian scientist again?
it was Marza Dovin.
Marza.
And Tuck would relay to you it is a Twi'lek woman.
Twilight Woman. Cool.
Cool,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. All right, so cool. I just wanted to have that down because that is a really bad fucking sign. All right, Tuck, I'm gonna give it to you straight. We are on the hunt for an incredibly potent bioweapon called the Doxos Revenge. Goru Sarmin's last known accomplices were the owner of said bioweapon and an insane droid pirate warlord who has it out for us named Salvage, who to our knowledge is currently working on being able to transfer his consciousness into a force sensitive being. It sounds like everything we're on the hunt for is lining up in a very scary way, seeing as a scientist specializing in midichlorians would be the next logical step for Salvage to try to track down on top of the bioweapon, as he wants to eradicate all organic life in the galaxy. Why are you after this scientist? Is it just because they were a Path asset who got kidnapped?
More or less, yes. This was a favor to an old friend in the Path.
Okay.
That one of their contacts who was involved had kind of gone dark.
I'm just muting myself to pick up my dice that I knocked out.
Okay. And so Halex is sort of eyeing Tuck with a lot of uncertainty and does not at all subtly say this, but looks over at Fabian and goes, "We trust him?"
I haven't mute myself yet. He's a Jedi. I trust him with my life.
And you just trust that he's a Jedi?
I trust that he's a Jedi, and I trust that with my background, if he's not, I can handle it.
And then Thalborg chimes in, and I would like to say that the threshold for Jedi that have made mistakes, given, Mr. Sensitive over here, is very vast. This guy could have done fuck all, and he would still be pretty qualified to be in this group, considering our histories.
All right.
Fabian is begging with his face for Thalborg to keep it down so that he does not need to explain to this path of this path Jedi is hanging out with an ex-Inquisitor. He's begging with his face to keep it the fuck down.
And Halex just straight up looks at Tuck and goes, "All right, we'll go with you, but any funny business, and I will brutalize you.
Define funny business.
Don't fuck with us."
Him.
Fair enough.
She'll warm
Right.
up to you eventually. All right, so where are we looking now? Where are we looking now in this compound?
So you, Fabian, your sense force is still up. You do feel someone approaching from the area, a cautious approach, and you don't sense any threatening intent through the force.
Do they feel familiar?
No.
Like, would it be a New Republic? Okay. Fabian pokes his head out. Like I said, like he isn't holding his lightsaber, but like his hands are kind of at a resting position near his belt where both of them are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
pokes his
and you
head out.
see an elderly human man, kind of a lot of scruff going on, but not a full beard. White hair. He's wearing very like fur-lined and very like piecemeal clothes. From what you've seen on files on Aldhani, this seems to be very much like the native garb here.
Okay.
He's carrying a walking stick with him, just kind of looking on at you.
Hello
What
there.
are you doing here?
We are actually trying to find a group of mods, namely a cyborg Gungan. Does that description mean anything to you?
There's no mods here. Not anymore.
Would you be able to tell me what happened to him?
Month or two back, few ships came. Lots of armed forces. Mercenaries by the looks of it. Came, took them into their ships.
God damn it.
But they didn't trick you.
These were not my people. Not directly. Still Donnie, though. Though our cultures differed, this group went back on the ways of our people in defiance of perhaps the Empire's treatment of us. But they were still our people.
Fuck the Empire, am I right?
Fuck the Empire.
Yeah.
Based on a description from this elderly Aldhani guy, does this match the description of like the what's left of Damale Armaments, like private military?
So timeline wise, it wouldn't match up because that sounds like
you
that's
said
only
a
been in
couple
the
months
last
ago.
week.
Okay, yeah.
But it's very possible it was just a mercenary group that was hired out by you know who, by Voldemort. And
thank you. You beat me by 1 second.
I could feel it coming. I had to jump on it.
Fabian comes back in with Tuck and is immediately trying to find like the closest terminal to try to like look through like old surveillance, old communiques that came out. And while he's doing that, he looks
before you can walk back in. The old man says, "You said something about a Gungan."
Yeah, cyborg Gungan, big metal arms.
He wasn't among the taken then.
Rat bastard. Is there anything else you know about the mods that were here before that would be able to point us in a direction? Any idea who the mercenaries were, who they were working for?
I can't say I know. I wasn't here when the attack happened. I just saw the ships in the aftermath. But
Okay.
the Gungan has returned.
Where's he at?
He came, some sort of alien woman with him, headed toward the mountains through the Sacred Valley.
Was it a Twi'lek?
I believe so. I'm not too familiar with off-worlders.
Everybody knows what Twi'leks look like, man. Come on, you've never used the Cortex, like even like what are you never been online? Like what is it?
Not and not to be woke, but like
A Southern Jedi being like, not to be woke is so good.
was it a woman?
Oh, that's so funny.
So the
I
old
love this show so much.
the old Aldhani man is like, they went westward through those mountains. You might be able to pick up a trail.
All right. Okay. We're gonna have to move out. Thank you very much for your help. What was your name, sir?
Esper.
Esper. Thank you very much, Esper. May the force be with you.
Privately, I say, Esper, I hardly know her.
And Fabian chuckles really hard at that. Fabian
Forty goes.
fucking loves this guy.
The old Aldhani man didn't hear the joke, but just heard the boisterous laughter from the droid. Kind of
Balbor-
turns, kind of
You like that,
confused
40?
before-
You like that? That's fun.
Balbor's gonna lean over to Fabian, like he scurries up behind him and is like, "This might be the first time that we found somebody actually cool. No more weirdo little Ugnaughts. No more cyborg Gungans. No more friends that we have for 2 seconds and they betray us or they die. This seems really dependable."
Way better than that crazy fucking pod racer, I'll tell you that.
That's for damn sure.
But like I said, so Fabian goes back to your terminal. He's trying to look at
Listen.
anything, and while he's doing that, he looks at the bastards and he goes, okay. I think that Goru might be a salvage body.
I find that unlikely.
I mean,
He blew up salvage.
or it was a transfer.
I
And he
don't think-
dropped the body.
I don't know if he would need to do that. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I think if Salvage had the Doxos revenge, he might have used it by now.
Or he's trying to draw us out. That's been his play this whole time. Is trying to drag us in to one catastrophe after another. He's laying siege to Vuma. We're chasing after Pre-Poke. This could be a trap. At the very least, Goru is working with Salvage.
But why come here?
I don't know. Old stomping grounds. He might still have material to do mod stuff here. But an army, but a group of mods are taken off-world from this place that Goru probably sold out. He's working with a midi-chlorian scientist. Either Goru grew a conscience and decided to help us fight Salvage without actually telling us he wanted to help, or he's at the very least working for him. Something here isn't adding up, but all the math still leads back to Salvage here.
I'm not convinced of that part, but I agree that it's not adding up.
Am I able to find anything in the terminal that would like point us in a direction of like what actually happened here?
Make a technology check.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. So this is just a flat roll. What's a 17 get me?
Okay. You do see
Mac
you
It said
see an
Mac
encrypted
Gates.
transmission that was received on this terminal maybe like a week or so ago.
Okay.
That says, "Find us, find the poison."
Where did it? Can I see where it came from?
It is encrypted well beyond your means to decipher that. It came from somewhere. It looks like maybe hut space, but can't narrow it down much beyond that.
Stang. Okay. All right, let's head up into the mountains, track this motherfucker down.
Is there a chance that we're gonna see the eye? I hear that's the only reason to come here. Just asking.
I heard there was a manifesto hidden somewhere.
Oh yeah, well, you who's never used the internet, there's all kinds that you can find now.
Any psycho can write a manifesto.
Yeah, they're often linked to instability. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Zero self-restraint. All of us.
I go fuck at me. Anyway,
So after you conclude this dangerous talk, you guys start heading out toward the mountains. And so as you're heading just toward the mountain range before you can pick up a trail, if there's anything you guys would like to discuss, feel free to do so now.
what color is Tuck's lightsaber?
He hasn't ignited it, but he can tell you if you ask.
It's
Okay.
yellow.
Hey, what color is your lightsaber?
It's yellow.
See, this guy has style.
No,
This guy
it's
has style.
I didn't know they came
guy-
that way.
Oh, they come many ways.
I don't like the way you said that.
Let me rephrase that. They come many ways.
See,
So,
I like that even
I
less.
do not get it.
Do we have to walk the entire way? What do we have? What's the
Do you have any
situation?
speeder bikes?
What,
on
you want me
the
to
other
throw you
Bastard?
over my shoulder?
I gotta tell. I am from the mountains in Latchinai.
Oh,
I could use an old technique.
what is the technique?
I get a big old boulder.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was taught to me by a sponge and a starfish.
Oh,
You get on top
Alright.
of the boulder. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
No.
that's not where I thought. I thought you were gonna go
No.
for. That's a nice boulder. That's where I thought you were.
I like a boulder. That is a nice
It's not
boulder.
just a boulder. It's a rock.
It's a rock.
So good. Anyway, though, for real, like, can we find some dewbacks? Can we find some blurgs? Can we find some orbacks? Can we find some tauntauns? Can we?
Yeah,
find...
let's spend a few hours going
No,
hunting.
stop,
for
don't
rideable
cut him
creatures.
off. I want to
Alvar's
hear
gonna
him
keep-
list Star Wars mounts.
Alvar's
for the
gonna
rest
keep
of the
listing
duration of the
mounts
episode.
until somebody forcibly stops from listing that.
And Halix
If you-
does forcibly stop you pretty quick and says, "We're not going to spend
If you-
several hours hunting for mounts when we could just walk and save ourselves the trouble. Yeah, it sucks, but if you start complaining, I'm going to kick your kneecaps in."
Hey.
You could ride
I would complain
ride
really,
piggyback
really
on. I could carry you, Thabor, on my back if you want.
I like this droid. This
He's the
droid
best.
is
the
so
best.
nice.
He's the
Why
best.
can't you be more like the droid?
I wish I could be.
Not
But-
you, the assassin.
Oh,
Why can't I be more like the droid?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, that came out wrong. Let me rephrase that. Could you be a little nicer?
I could.
Why don't you? Listen, here, me and you, we could be good friends. We could have share a shot of Carillion whiskey. It'd be good.
And she leans in real close and
Come here.
so smiles and says, "Most of my friends end up dead."
Well,
Not all of them.
let's just be.
Fabian, I know where you're most vulnerable. Shut it.
Well, it's a pretty big vulnerability. That's
It doesn't take a master assassin to figure that out.
yeah, seriously, they teach reach arounds at the temple. My goodness.
Jesus Christ. This is the worst sexual tension in an episode of Bastards has ever had.
Anyway, my goodness.
And
No
I want to be
4D.
clear,
4D, you are
I'm
not
the
a servant.
character
You
who
do not need
fucked,
to
and
carry
None
me.
of it's been my fault.
But 4D, if you see something large enough to ride, do your best to wave it down.
I will.
Make yourself big.
Fabian, I have or Thabor, I have a question.
What's your question?
What is a reach around?
We
It's
can answer that after we find the Doxos
a
Revenge.
saber
Up the
technique that
mountain.
Fabian hasn't taught me yet.
yes. It's remember when
Where
I
you
talked
reach
about
around
how-
someone's waist, take their weapon off their hip, and then kill them.
Yeah, you
Ah.
and then you do something
Fascinating.
The way
Yeah.
Quinlan used to describe it, basically, you had to be a Sith witch, and then you had to die at the end. And then that's the return.
And who amongst us hasn't had one of those in our lives, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I do have a question for you. Tuck, was it?
That's right.
You mentioned something about a path.
Mm-hmm. The hidden path, yeah.
I heard something about that group in my time in the underworld. They helped Jedi kind of escape into hiding.
Yeah,
during
absolutely.
the Empire's
Faven's
reign, right?
ass has never been more clenched the longer this conversation is going on up the mountain.
Interesting. I mean, people just did it out of the goodness of their heart? Is there money to be made in it?
You know, I found all across the galaxy, there are good people everywhere, just looking to help each other.
What fucking parts of the galaxy have you been in?
The best parts. Where Quinlan took me.
Must not have been any of the places I went to.
Well, hey, listen, you can show me around those places, and then I can say I've been there too.
I love this guy. Like Faven is not at all intimidated by Tuck. He just loves this guy's fucking energy. Faven, Faven is afraid of Tuck in the he's really hoping nobody ever has to say the I word in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And is getting afraid every time the path comes up. But aside from that, he loves Tuck's vibe.
Mhm.
So what I'm hearing is you saw me across Aldhani and you really
Yeah. Only
We saw you across the Sacred Valley and we really liked your vibe.
We wanted to know if you wanted to trade sheep. If you know what I mean.
Fucking amazing. Fabian kind of looks back though at Halex and she goes, and Fabian says, the path was full of really good people doing really good work.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of punctuates it in such a way that he's very heavily implying that he does not want this conversation to continue. Mm-hmm. Also, Halex knows, right? I told
you would have probably told her, yeah.
She knows because I mentioned it. Yeah. So she knows.
Yeah, and you guys have probably talked about it a little bit more in private hours. During some vulnerable moments, shall we say?
Yeah, some pillow talk about me being a Jedi hunter.
I don't know. She's into that shit.
Typical. All right. Well, I guess we're walking.
So you guys continue. You reach this sort of valley that goes into the mountain plains, and you do see. It looks like an encampment was made, just like a little makeshift tent. Why don't everyone roll an investigation check real quick?
Can I also use Sense Force again?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. So investigation is one moment.
21.
Okay.
Investigation was a 13, but I'm still going to use Sense Force again.
Cool.
5.
Michael, what am I rolling?
You'll roll a d20 and add your investigation modifier, which I believe is under intelligence.
I'm rolling really shitty tonight.
It's okay. It'd be like that sometimes, buddies.
Do be like that sometimes.
I do.
Okay, D20. So I got 15 plus. Where the hell's my investigation? Do you have that in front of you, Michael? I'm sorry.
Let me grab my little notebook real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, gotcha. 18 then.
Cool. So Fabian, you don't sense anything with the Force. You see a few tracks, and that's about it for you. For Thalbor and Tuck, Thalbor, you do see away from the main set of footprints, you do uncover another set. It doesn't look like it was either Goru's. Goru's are very distinct given his Gungan footprint. And the other was probably the scientist that he was with, but there's another set of footprints that looks way more recent.
Okay.
And Tuck,
Can
you're sort of.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could discern anything about them, like if I go up to them. Like, are they
You
droid
can
tracks,
determine-
or like are they like
Not
beast?
sure.
Like
They look like they might be boots, but they're very heavy footprints. Like they go deep into the ground. It may just be a result of the mud. It may be an indication of size or weight. Tuck, you kind of come along to these footprints, and you reach out with the force. You kind of use almost the like psychometric techniques that Quinlan taught you.
Fuck yeah.
And you touch the ground, and you can envision a large, almost like security mech that had traversed here.
It's a droid.
Not a good sign. Okay. All right.
Aldhani didn't say anything about a droid.
They may not have caught him. Are the tracks like kind of starting to converge? Like it looks like the droid prints are following the
Yes.
Gungan footprints. Okay. Well, then we're just gonna keep following and hope we find something good. We're not. But
Yo.
we're gonna hope.
Based on what I know, I'm thinking we're getting an Imperial security droid. Or maybe something. I ran into one once on the path. It had like a electro staff. I forget what it's called. But it was
Probably a
Gave us
DT
a-
Sentry droid.
there you go. Something.
Not like a Magna Guard, right?
Maybe.
Those were pretty well phased out after the Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah, I know, but that was the body Salvage has had for a very long time. I'm just Fabian's paranoia is starting to kick in where he's starting to get nervous, and it's just the situation feels a little too volatile for him to be super comfortable.
And Halek sees you start to like almost start like not panicking, but like you're clearly showing a lot of discomfort. And she does kind of like quietly look at you and say, like, you good?
I'll be all right.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Level head. Head in the game. Got it?
Heard.
So
Ooh, not a moment.
she fucking almost pulled a fucking clear eyes, full heart, can't lose on this bitch.
That's all it really takes with Jared and Fabian. That's really all it takes.
yeah, but you guys start following the tracks up into the kind of mountain range. You do see a sort of winding path that's been going up one of these mountains. You almost like anytime you lose like one of the sets of tracks, you immediately find the other one. And so you're able to keep going up this way. And you see it looks like a large cave opening near the pinnacle of this mountain. As you're getting higher and higher up, the wind's getting stronger and stronger. And you can't, like, it takes you probably about an hour to scale this mountain. And you.
Oh, Thawber is bitching and moaning.
Yes. And every time.
Insufferable bitching and moaning.
And every time you speak up, Fabian, you can see Halex like almost reflexively like lean forward to like shove him off the mountain, but like he has to like
it is like
restrain
child
herself.
like child waiting to get to Disney level complaining at this point. Like 3 hours in the car. Like it is horrendous.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, peak that. Yeah, 100%.
If you're asking
Thawber is also like,
I swear.
No, you will
Thawber is also
not.
like saying
card will
really
be voided.
specific like doomers scenarios, like we're gonna get to the top of this thing and we're gonna get bamboozled because always with the tracks people walk single file,
People do this all the time on desert planets to hide their numbers. We all know this. This is a known fact. We're gonna get ambushed. We're gonna get ambushed, and I'm not gonna help. I'm not gonna help when we get there. I'm gonna hide behind a rock.
If I can chime in here, this is hard. I've got a mortgage. I shouldn't have to deal with this.
He's got a mortgage, and he's not gonna be able to pay it if he's dead.
I shouldn't have to deal with this.
Sorry, Thawbor. If you want to sit this out, we have an extra Jedi here this time, so I think we'll be all right.
Well, I'm just saying.
So you guys reach this sort of cave entrance, and on the other side of the cave, you do see like a large metal door. This definitely looks like it's probably someone's hidden base of operations. And you do see a large DT sentry droid with like a giant vibro axe just clang, trying to break this fucking door down. And it's gotten it a good bit open at this point. And it's trying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, like it is starting to like almost wedge the door open with its vibro axe before its head rotates all the way around. All of its limbs rotate all the way around.
I've got this.
I don't know that you do.
Let's go ahead and have everyone roll initiative.
Wonderful.
D20, or what am I doing?
Yes,
Yeah,
it'll be a D20 plus your dex modifier.
Or in my case, minus your dex modifier.
Damn it.
Well, I got a 17. I mean, not
I
that
got
bad.
an 18 plus. Hold on.
Bill, put your initiative in the private chat.
Well, I'm trying to.
Got a 17.
No rush.
I got
Jerry,
I'll
what'd you
also
get?
say, in the name of
5 plus 5, 10.
again, not courting too many questions. At first, Fabian only draws his blue lightsaber so that he doesn't have to explain a white blade.
Mhm.
Dude, it's white because you turned your swag on.
I know, but then I have to explain why my swag was off to this guy who was in the past.
Top of the round is this droid, as he did get a 22 on initiative. So he's going to make 2 attacks on Fabian and 1 on 40. Is a nat 1.
They always want to hit me.
16. Fabian, what's your armor class?
My AC is 17.
Cool. That does not hit. And that is a 12 to hit 40. Jesus Christ.
So
this thing,
can I do my counterattack? The dual style? Because I am single weapon right now.
let's see. Is that from the custom thing I gave you?
Believe it's Makashi. Until the start of your next turn, you get a special reaction. When a creature makes a melee attack against you and misses, you can use the special reaction to make an opportunity attack.
Yeah, go for it. Make that opportunity attack.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, that is exactly its AC. Do you want a force empowered strike?
Sure, let's force empower it for 2.
Cool. So go ahead and roll your 3d8 plus your strength mod.
You said 3d8? Or is it
Yeah.
finesse? Because we always go back and forth on this. So
What's higher, your strength or your dex?
My strength by a lot.
Then use your strength.
Okay.
Because the finesses, you can use your dex. I just couldn't
Okay.
remember. I was like, I'm pretty sure you're a strength build, but
You said 3d8, right?
yes.
4, 8, 8 plus 5.
Okay. Yeah, you as it swings over you with its axe, it brings it down and you kind of dodge roll out of the way. And as it makes a wide swing for 40, you like jump over the axe and get a slash in at it that deals a pretty hefty chunk of damage to it. Next up is Fabian.
Oh, goody! I am going to just attack it with my lightsaber.
Or wait, Tuck got 18 actually, so it's actually
Oh.
Tuck's turn. Sorry. I forgot. I didn't actually write down the number for Tuck. I wrote everyone else's number down. So
It's all
Tuck,
good.
you're up. So you could use one of your force powers, or you could attack it with your lightsaber. You do get 2 attacks with your lightsaber if you choose to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna use my lightsaber then.
Hell yeah, let's do that. Lightsaber away. So you will roll a d20, and add your dex modifier plus proficiency, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if you've got your sheet pulled up or if
I'm so sorry. I thought I have a different computer.
No, it's all good. I'm fairly certain because I did write down your stats before we updated them with everything, so I've got a general idea of what you've got. Actually, I believe it's your strength you'll be using because that's higher.
Okay.
So I believe it'll be a +5 to whatever you roll to try and hit.
Rolled a 14.
That's like what you got on the die?
Yeah, or I got
Okay.
14 on the die, yeah.
Yeah, so +5 that will hit. Go ahead and roll your second attack as well while we're at it.
And that's D, which one? I'm sorry.
So to roll to attack, it's the D20 +5.
So that's 19, and then am I rolling again with another?
Yeah,
hit?
because you're rolling for your second attack, and then we'll just roll damage all at the end.
Okay. I got 3 on this one.
Okay, that one does miss, unfortunately. But go ahead and roll a D8 for your damage.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, that's D8 was just 2.
Okay, that's fine. So +2, that's 4 damage. So it does kind of block one of your strikes with its vibro axe, and so you only get like a very small like jab in before it starts to like bring the axe down, and you have to pull your arm back to kind of avoid the blow. So next up is going to be Faven.
Okay. What size would you say this creature is? Medium?
Large.
Large? Cocksucker. I will go ahead. It's already softened it up. I'm going to go ahead and use Saber Assault.
Dope. I will remember to make the saving throws for each attack this time.
Cool. And I will do it for 3. So,
Well, and how many times you hit depends
that's
on
right. Yeah. All right,
So just remember to mark off the force point for it.
Okay. Roll a 10, but since I am doing single blade right now, I can
10 is what you got on the die, or 10 total?
10 is what I got on the die. So
Well, you get like a
15.
+7 to it, I think.
It's +5. Well, I mean, my strength is +5. Do I get another +2?
I thought your strength was +4, and you get a +3 from your proficiency. I could be wrong.
Or no, you're right. You're right. So it's +5 +3. So I do hit actually 18,
Yeah.
just barely.
So go ahead and make your second attack. I'm going to make it saving throw real quick. That's a fail, so it's going to get 1 slowed level.
Okay, I rolled a 2, so there's nothing there. However, duelist style, while you're wielding a weapon in one hand with which you are proficient in no other weapons, when you miss with a weapon attack on your turn, you can use your bonus action to repeat the attack at the same target. Any mods to the original attack roll, such as advantage, disadvantage, or without your proficiency bonus, also affect this attack roll.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the
Sorry.
Makashi shit. No, you're good.
This is duelist. This is duelist, not Makashi. This is duelist style.
Duelist style. Duelist style.
Thank you, Count.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and make that third attack. Sorry. I just wanted to read the ability to make sure we were doing it right.
Can I redo my second attack though as well through duelist?
No, it's just that one of the attack misses, so you can use your bonus action to repeat the attack.
Oh, okay. So wait, what am I not rolling my d20 anymore?
No, you're rolling the d20 for your third attack right now.
Okay. Sorry. That is a 14, so +3 +5. So yeah.
Yes. So your first hit, do you want to force empowered strike?
No, I'll leave it be with Saber Assault.
Okay. So you will roll a d8 for damage plus your strength modifier.
8 again, +5.
Hell yes. That's 13.
I really hope this is salvaged so I can be a real asshole about this.
I don't know what I just did with my pen.
You should check out this new website I saw. It's called pinisland.com. They have so many too many.
I'll
pens.
have to look into it. I'm sure I can find a
For
wonderful
all our
pen.
viewers, pinisland.com.
How do you spell it?
Everybody go to
It's PEN
yeah.
ISLAND dot
Okay.
COM. Actually, no, .CUM.
Nice.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
look this up right now.
Same, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. And then, sorry, I have to find.
Everybody
sorry.
head over to Meat Spin if you like.
Jesus
to-
Christ. This is officially the worst episode of Bastards. Thanks. I'm
No.
sorry, Bill.
Sorry,
This
Bill.
was not.
I think it's the best one, to be honest.
.CUM.
Head to lemonparty.com.
Okay, so Jared, for your second hit, would you like to force empowered strike?
Sure, I'll do it for one.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 2d8 and a d6 because you get the extra kinetic damage from Saber Assault.
6, 1, and you said a D6?
Yep.
4.
Okay. This thing's starting to look pretty hurt. You land a couple more solid hits in, and you glare into its red eyes, and it is not speaking yet.
Not speaking yet. As I glare into its red eyes, I just like with a shit-eating grin, like cat that missed the litter box grin, go, am I really about to kill you myself a second time?
You're nowhere close to killing me, Martel, and you will not take the Doxos revenge from me again.
We'll see about that.
And so, next up is Thopor.
We're in his head.
So Albor's gonna hide behind the nearest anything. I'm assuming
Yeah, there's a
like
few rocks that
ice
you can
boulder.
R2D2 yourself behind.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna defy physics and the laws of space to get behind these fucking rocks
Try.
that I can't.
Albor
fit.
somehow wedges himself in between
Yeah.
two rocks.
I turn into
Yeah.
jelly for a second. Get
You
behind these
Homer
rocks.
Simpson gif in the
Yeah.
bushes your way through rocks.
But then Thalbor's gonna throw out encouraging speech when you expend one of my superiorities.
Hell yeah.
And then Thalbor's given the everything like, if we die, we will not be able to enjoy our new friend Tuck. And this is the first good thing that's happened in weeks. We could better pull through this. We got 2 Jedi. We got 2 assassins. We got the great lawyer, which right now is not really relevant. But I provide a lot of heart. That's why we'll get through this. Okay? I'm going to hide back here.
You guys got this.
So
This is going to be the Drock Wraith of this season where I know we're going to get to the final battle and I'm going to whiff every fucking roll, but I'm going to beat the dog shit out of this guy.
So I grant 2 allies temporary hit points equal to the amount rolled on the superiority plus my ability modifier. Superiority is a d6?
Yeah, so it's a d6 plus 5.
Plus 6, yeah. Plus 5, yeah. All right. So you guys get 8 temporary HP. I will
which two you wanna
choose
get?
whoever's physically closest to this beast. So probably
That
the
would
Jedi.
be Tuck and
Yeah.
Phelan, so
Yeah,
we'll mark 8
Just say,
temporary
give it to the
hit
Jedi.
Yeah, give these. They're in close quarters, so you guys both get 8 temporary health.
Hell yeah. So next up is your boy 4D44.
That's me. Okay. And This thing, so it tried to take a swing at me, but Fabian
Yes.
like got to it first. Okay. And so I'm still pretty close then, right?
Yeah, but you can back out of its range because it is very focused on Fabian and Tuck right now.
Okay. Because I'm thinking if I was close, I was thinking I still have that electro staff, right? Like,
Yeah, you do.
I have, okay.
It's not, you're not as good with it as you are your blasters, but you can still use it.
That's true. Okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna back up and, as 40 signature move, the double barrel, right at the center mass.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna just
your
like
two
take a
attacks.
few pot shots at this motherfucker. Let me see. So that'd be D20.
So it's a D20 plus 8 to
and
hit.
my D8. That would be 23.
Yeah, that first one hits. Go ahead and roll your second attack as well.
All right. Oof. 11.
That one does not hit. Would you like to action surge and make 2 more attacks?
Ooh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's make your 2 attacks, bud. Go for it.
I'm gonna do it. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Oh, that means I have to actually roll the dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. 9.
9 is what you got on the die.
It was 2 plus the 8, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you. Okay, go ahead and make your.
Or it was 2
second.
plus. It was 2 plus 7.
Okay, well it's plus 8 because it's your dex and your proficiency.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
So go
rolling
ahead
the
and make
D8.
your last attack then.
Okay. 16.
16 total.
Yes.
Just misses, unfortunately. I'm sorry, bud.
Fuck.
It's one of those bad nights for you. I can feel it. I'm
God.
sorry.
Yeah. I would know.
Go ahead
Is it
and-
the fact that I've been rolling 5s all night? Yeah. No,
Go ahead and roll your D8 for damage. And add
Transfer
5.
this luck to Jared.
Free Jared.
4.
Cool. So 4 plus 5, so that's 9 more damage to it. Hey, that's something.
I'm helping.
You're finding difficulty hitting the vulnerabilities in its armor plating as it is moving around and its limbs are rotating rather than it like moving its body, and just it moving its vibro axe as well is also making it more difficult to hit. Next up is Halex, who's going to make 2 attacks on.
Forgot Alex was here.
She's here. That one hits. That's a nat
I
one.
got fucking one taste and forgot about her.
Do what you need to with her, then
Rumor
Bruma fast.
fast.
Still just like such an insane thing to have written and to have said.
And she deals 14 damage to this thing. So
It's just like so many people are wailing on this fucking droid that I keep forgetting that it's outnumbered 6-1.
yeah. So it's starting to like spark at this point. It is not doing great. And Fabian, as you're taunting it, it's gonna make all of its attacks on you.
Good.
That is a
Famous last word.
16.
I mean, it can only attack me because I'm using my single blade form, so that means that. Or no, I didn't use my
17.
bonus. Okay.
That one's way better. That is a 24.
Okay, it actually hits. Can I use my reaction again?
Yes,
to
you
cover what
can.
it
I'm gonna
missed?
go ahead and just roll this damage first.
No,
so
go
that
for it.
is
Just making sure I'm allowed.
okay. That is 18 points of energy damage to you as it slams its vibro axe into you. But go ahead and make your opportunity attack now. 'cause
I
it
hit.
missed. What'd you get?
I rolled a 16.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Go ahead. Would you like to force empowered strike?
sure. If I can kill this thing on its own turn, I'm gonna be fucking insufferable.
How many force points you spending?
Fuck it, 3.
All right. Roll 4d8, my friend.
Dude, minus 900 aura on this attack.
How many you said? 4?
4d8.
All right. 2, 8, 7, 7.
Plus 5.
4 4s.
How do you want to do this, bud?
As it like hits me, I think Fabian kind of like rolls with the momentum and is able to kind of like get out of like getting slammed into anything or getting hit with the edge, and kind of like comes around like Cal Kestis finisher style, takes off one of the legs and like cleaves it in half Darth Maul style so that it doesn't immediately shut off.
Mm-hmm.
So that Fabian can have a brief moment to just kind of look at him and go, all right, so that's 2 times I've cut you to pieces. You heap of fucking scrap metal. When are you going to learn that you're beat?
I could ask the same of you.
No.
You have no idea what I've done. You may take the revenge, but I have other ways of tearing this galaxy apart.
Oh, what? Like Sage's kid that we already have locked down? We have you beat. You're getting fucking sloppy, Salvage.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think you have?
I gotta tell you, man.
You'd best check your math, Martel. The odds are in my favor. I'm evening the odds. I will be the most powerful being in this galaxy. You and I will face one more time on even ground.
You tell yourself that, sport. And then Fabian, in the most undignified way, doesn't even finish him off with his lightsaber. He draws his fucking blaster and unloads into the fucking head of this droid.
I gotta say, anytime anybody's ever tried to be the most powerful thing in the galaxy, they've always died in the most fucking embarrassing way possible. So, like, what is he doing? Or what are they doing? We don't need to put gender into it.
Not to be woke.
Not to be woke.
Not to be woke. Not to be woke, guys.
But you
sorry.
do see the door had been like almost caved completely in, and very quickly you can get it open with your lightsabers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Fabian just cleaves whatever's left hanging onto the frame off.
Yeah, you cleaved a little hunk of metal off, and now you've all got away. And you have to kind of go in a little carefully to avoid the singed, scorching metal now. But
I gotta let y'all know, my master taught me he said he learned it from a very old Jedi from the Old Republic named Basterds. He taught me battle meditation. So we can, if at any point we need it, you let me know.
Duly noted. Actually, Tuck, would you be so kind as to use psychometry on the remains of this droid so that we could maybe see where this body's been and where we may be able to track it down from?
I'd love to.
Sure. Make a perception check at advantage. As Tuck, you kneel down and you place your hand upon this droid. And no one else can see this but you, Tuck, but you do see a translucent blue hand touch on top of yours as you look over and you see the visage of the Force ghost of your former master, Quinlan Voss, as he nods at you.
Quinn.
And he looks and he smiles and he says, "Never gets old, does it?"
Can't say that it does, buddy.
All right, so we now have Grand Inquisitor Mon Mothma and Quinlan Voss, who have all shown up at Ionized Basterds.
Obviously, everyone's first 3 predictions for
yeah, Quinlan was on no one's prediction.
The big 3, if you will.
The big 3. And also, my Quinlan is played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so.
Wonderful. Quinlan's Force Ghost shows up and just starts slapping his goosebumps.
You're like something that I learned a long time ago. See, my master taught me how to do white boy dreads in my hair. So
If you
Listen,
can
It's just
smell
Quinlan Voss, but
Force Ghost says,
Voss is
"You're
cooking."
welcome."
you smell what the
So-
boss is cooking. It's just like
What did you
Quinlan
get on
Voss,
the-
like giving you
the
like that
D20?
stink eye he gives.
It doesn't matter.
So, Bill, just roll a d20 at advantage and tell me what you get. I think you have a plus 5 to your perception, I want to say. Could be wrong, but
14.
okay, awesome. So you get a few flashes. It's nothing concrete, but you see the only way you can think to even describe it is a technological monstrosity. It is some sort of area where the walls are covered in like wires and tubes. It almost looks like the inside of a living organism that is just machine. There are almost like red emergency lights flashing in every single one of these visions. You see flashes of, it looks like someone you don't recognize, a human, like strapped to a surgical table with something being implanted in the back of his head. You can't see any visuals on this person because he's like face down almost on an operating table. But you see this droid approaching. It looks like an ITO, Imperial Interrogation droid, that says,
"Bring me the Gungan. Dead or alive, it does not matter, but I need the Doxos revenge."
And then you're brought back to the present moment.
Fuck. Excuse me. Parabast.
No, you can say fuck.
Okay, thank
We
you.
crossed that bridge a long time ago.
Well,
I
fuck.
just learned that word.
What'd you see?
With some kind of intricate mechanical mix of the force and the machine, and I can't put it all together.
Well, shall we get back to the task at hand then and kick this Gungan's ass?
Yeah. I mean, are we told everything you described to Tuck?
I imagine Chuck does his best to kind of relay it to you. It's all
Like, that's up
flashes.
to Bill how
and-
much
Relay
he wants to
it better than I
share.
did.
Yeah.
Give them more.
Yeah, you kind of relay it as best you can. Again, it's all quick and
Like if
small
Bill wanted to make the
pieces,
choice as a character to like not share everything.
No, that wasn't my intention. My intention
No,
was
you're good. You're good.
it was just kind of like it was a lot to process.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
for sure.
it takes Tuck a little bit to kind of be able to articulate what he even saw.
Yeah. So I'll start with what I started with, but then like
Yeah.
there you go, Mike.
Cool. Just want to know if I was like legally allowed to use anything Michael described in my theorizing.
Yes, you can.
You can use whatever, Michael.
So you guys enter this compound, and you hear the door kind of like, there's like another door that kind of unlocks, and you see like a Twilight woman's head poke out. Is it gone?
Yeah, we dropped it.
And who are you?
I think a friend, and Fabian kind of steps out of the way for Tuck to make himself known.
And who sent you? And you could just say you're like an agent of the path. Like,
Listen, I am an agent of the path.
it's about time one of you came to rescue me. The damn Gungan's too busy at his terminal to keep a watch on me.
Would you be able to point us in his direction?
Oh, fucking course. He's right down there. And like points like down the hall. And like you can see like the door is open and he is like frantically like tapping keys on a terminal.
Hold time out. Has this Gungan been treating you poorly?
He kidnapped me at Blaster Point. What do you think?
I'm just making sure. Okay, I'm sorry.
He didn't hurt me or anything, and he said he didn't want to, but
You want a drink to calm you down.
you don't have to do your Jedi shit. I do want a fucking drink.
Well, listen.
And like grabs your flask, takes a swig. Oh, bitter. Hands it back to you.
Supposed to be sweet, but I'll get you something better. Don't worry about it.
You had better. I'll hold you to that.
Mm-hmm.
Were you just coming for me or for him too?
I come for anybody that asks, but
And she does like
God.
laugh at that. And you even see Halex, like she puts her head in kind of her hand, but you can tell, Fabian, she is definitely laughing.
interesting. A sense of humor. We love to see it.
Tuck, I don't know if you're going to be with us for the rest of this mission to get Goru, but I have to ask you a question in the event you have to split with her right now. There's another Jedi I know of that I think made it out of the purge. And does the name Argo Kalen mean anything to you?
They made it.
What was that?
They made it. We saved them on the path.
Fabian gets like visibly choked up just at that, and like goes to do like the fucking like Fellowship of the Ring handshake, and then just like fully pulls Tuck in for a hug, and is like fighting back tears just with that. Like just knowing Argo made it past Utapau is enough for Fabian to kind of like take a deep breath and realize that he might actually have a chance at tracking this kid down.
Never give up hope.
You're right. Thank you for everything you and the rest of the path have ever done.
This is good whiskey.
If you want to join us for apprehending this Gungan, you're more than welcome to. So,
You know what? I'd be delighted.
well, then let's get to it.
Make it quick. I want to get off this stinking rock. And so you guys begin to approach the room where Goru is. And you see he is like frantically deleting files on a terminal. And he swivels his chair around and he's holding a blaster. And Fabian, you just very quickly just fling that shit out. And he sees you all and he goes, "Fuck!"
What are you deleting there, buddy?
Anything salvage could have used.
All right. Well, if there's any way to, no pun intended, salvage those files, put them on a data stick and it's coming with us with you.
What, you were going to give it over to the New Republic so they can get their files cracked again? No chance.
It'll stay on the Bastard then. But you're going to tell us right now where the Doxos Revenge is so we can destroy it.
Yusa think I'm going to hand that over to Yusa? After what Yusa did to me?
Well,
Turning me over to a bounty hunter after Wisa making a deal? What,
Oh,
Misa?
hey. Whoa. Hey.
Oh,
first of all,
Misa don't want to hear it from you, lawyer.
Wow.
Yusa the one who sold me out in the first place after we made a deal.
Hey. Hold on a minute. Tell me your name. What's your name?
Goru Sarmin.
Do you know who I am?
No clue who the fuck you are, but you don't look like the other Gungan.
And that's okay. Let me tell you something. We had Gungans on Latchin 9. They came from Naboo. I got to tell you right now, we made. Have you ever heard of moonshine?
No. Misa ain't got no interest in what you're peddling.
I ain't peddling nothing, brother. Here's the thing. I see this going one of two ways. One, you listen to what we got to say. We got a couple of former Jedi here, or maybe current Jedi.
Oh wow!
No,
got a couple
hey.
Jedi.
Listen up. Don't give me that shit yet. You can listen to what we got to say, or this could go a different way. You know,
That's the only way it's gonna go. We can talk all the time, but at the end of the day, you're gonna just stab me in the back like Misa old Palo Zuso did.
No, my friend, here's the thing. I don't want it to go that way. I want to be your friend. At the end of this, you know what I want to do? I want to sit here with you, and I want to talk about your life, and I want to have a drink with you. That's it. I don't care about any of that other shit. Or that poodoo. That poodoo, if you will. I'm sorry.
Roll a d20, and we'll add your persuasion score, which I believe is a whopping like +7.
Holy fuck. Checks out for Bill, but Jesus Christ.
He's got high charisma, dude.
I rolled a 13, so
dirty 20. Okay. So Misa only gonna hear this out because of Yusa.
Misa?
Yusa heard me.
My friend. What do you want?
Misa want to get my people back from salvage.
I want to get your people back from salvage. How can I make that happen?
We need to find where he is. Where he's broadcasting his brain from. Misa was just trying to get his most dangerous pieces away from him. Misa take the scientist lady. Misa take the poison. Just get it away from him for the time being until I can figure out what the fuck to do with it.
So are you working closely with the Twi'lek?
I mean, I kidnapped her. She knew. A few months ago, she had been paid to do some interpretation of some research notes lifted from New Republic files. Files about the effects of cybernetics on midichlorians. She eventually got a little wary about what this research was for and tried to back out. Salvage didn't like that much and tried hunting her down. Misa track her down, get her off the playing field for the time being. Misa go to Coruscant, get the poison away from him for the time being. It's been hard with that goddamn Lasat bounty hunter following me.
It's a little company. Never heard of one.
I gotta tell you, I like you, man. I like where this is going. I think there's a lot to work with here. So I'm willing to give you what you want. If you're willing to give me what we're all on.
How can Misa trust you? After all the things these people did to me, after mi boyo Zuso scrambled Misa brain.
No. My friend, here's the thing. If I've learned anything on this trip of life, people wrong us. And that happens. But you still got to believe in people. I believe in you. I think you believe in me. I believe in all these people. These are my friends. If you trust me and I trust them, we're all on the same team here. Let's just go from there. Let's trust each other.
And Halix at this point does kind of step forward and she goes, look, I didn't want to trust these idiots either, but they've given me a second chance.
What'd she say fuck me for?
But I didn't do it.
So fuck Ti.
Hey, counselor, that's not important right now. Counselor, quit it. Mr. Esquire.
And she says, they're not even the same people they were a week ago when they last met you. So give them a chance. After all, none of them have any intentions of killing you if they can help it. And 4D, you're kind of left in the moment, kind of considering obviously what Zuso tasked you with, but in this moment, do you see a reason to try and kill Goru?
I mean, 40 made the promise, but it seems like he might be able to help, possibly.
What's 40 doing? Do you step up? Do you say anything? Do you?
I don't know, 'cause I feel like that there is some more information that he has that we probably need. But I think that 4D is going to walk up and to the surprise of everyone, because this is not 4D doesn't normally do stuff like this, but he takes his big, I think, briar pistol and puts it up underneath this guy's chin and says, I made a promise to a friend to kill you. So please,
Zuso wanted Misa to kill me.
let me finish. He like pushes the gun up a little more and stuff to like kind of like stop him and say, if you betray us one bit, I will not hesitate in ending your life.
I gotta tell you, I don't think they will.
Misa wanted to take this droid down just as much as Yusa do. You may not have liked what Misa people did, but they were my boyos. He took them from their home, and I want to bring them back.
We're going to save them.
We better.
We will.
Well, I guess that settles it. We got time for one more redemption arc.
So, what do we do from here?
Try to get every file you deleted back on a data stick. We'll keep it on the Bastard and use it there.
No. This research don't need to exist, Mr. Martel.
It's going to give us a leg up on figuring out what Salvage is actually up to. We need to know everything about his operation.
Oh, no. We're on fucking Tuchanka and Mass Effect 2. No, we got to decide if the research is going to survive.
Hold on.
These were the same files used to help create the suit for Darth Vader. You want that out there, Fabian?
What do you want, my friend?
Misa don't want no droid getting the Force. Nothing about that works.
That makes at least 3 of us. You have my word. Every ounce of this information will be destroyed once you're able to use it to track down and eliminate Salvage and save your friends. You have my word.
And if you have his word, you have my word. If you can't trust him, you can trust me.
And consider that something you just have to trust me on. This data goes.
Come on. We don't have time to do this.
Fabian. Trust him.
Pull anything we can possibly use to track him down. Destroy the rest.
This was all just her research. I've got my own theories on how salvage is broadcasting his way. I've tried to start decrypting it.
So Zuzo.
Zuzo's working on this too.
He stayed with the New Republic because he couldn't face you.
Sounds about right.
Well, it might be time for a reunion. We'll see.
You will be very mad that I did not kill you.
He can get over it, and I'll have a couple words for him about putting you up to this.
Me and Zuso may not like each other. That's an understatement. But back in the day, when we put our heads together, we could solve just about any problem.
I believe you, brother.
That's what I like to hear.
Get Misa to the New Republic. Let me see what Misa can do on cracking this code.
Sounds like a plan to me. Before we leave, I do want to ask the Twi'lek scientist, like, any finer details about like what Salvage has planned, if he has specified a subject with which he wants to be like implanted into, what the finer details are of this whole operation.
She's kind of like considering, she's like, obviously he did not tell me the specifics of it. If he did, I would have never gone along with it in the first place.
Of course.
From what I can intuit, it sounded like he had interest in force-sensitive adult males. Those were the files he seemed most interested in me deciphering, researching the effects of midichlorians with cybernetics, how it affected one's force sensitivity, as it were. I know that's not the best terminology, but we don't have time to break all of that down.
No, of course.
He wanted to see if it was any like cybernetic enhancements with the brain that affected it, that sort of thing. And once I became suspicious of his motives, obviously, I ended our contract, and he was none too pleased.
All right. That's something to work with. Would you mind coming with us as well to help us get to the bottom of this?
Well, I don't love the New Republic, but I don't see... no offense, Tuck, but what's left of the path isn't exactly what it used to be in terms of keeping a girl safe, so...
Well, honestly, I think my master taught me enough to build it from where it used to be. So, if you trust me, I'll trust you. Let's build it together.
Tell you what. We'll go to the New Republic until all this crazy droid stuff is smoothed over. And then we'll go reunite with some of our old friends, yes?
That sounds great to me, buddy.
Tuck, you have a ship?
If I don't got one, I can get one.
Let's get off this shithole.
There we go.
Agreed.
So
Thank you, baby.
as Tuck and Marza go off toward their ship, the Basterds and Goru start heading back toward the Basterds to regroup with the New Republic. That's where we're going to end this episode of Ionized Basterds.
Woo!